Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wednesday Soul Chats with Soothe Sisters.
Nemo, have you ever wondered that what if your current relationships in this life did not start in this life but started in maybe some other
I
lifetime?
think we've always thought of that, right? All of our friends that we've met, we've felt this connection ki yaar, I think we knew you before.
Right? And sometimes that stranger that you meet and there's an instant connection and you're like, it feels that I've already known you many, many lifetimes ago.
Absolutely.
And also remember how in our 20s, we did a very fun past life regression with our friend. Remember our friend had just learned the technique and she practiced on us. Do you remember that session?
Of course, that was like the highlight of our life.
Yeah.
I think that was like the epitome of our friendship.
Absolutely.
We were so close together in this life, and then we had this experience of doing a past life regression therapy together.
Yeah.
So, what exactly is past life? I would quickly touch upon that.
Yeah.
So, from what we've learned from again Dolores Cannon and so many other hypnotherapists which are out there, past life regression is a technique in which you are put into like a trance like state and you are 100% aware of what you're doing. So basically the hypnotherapist or the facilitator, they are taking you through that guided state of trance, taking you back to maybe one past life or maybe I don't know how many numerous past lives, and they help you either connect with a cause of pain or some deep rooted trauma या कोई इस life में जो problem आ रही है, they try and connect it to one of those past lives. So this would be like a typical past life regression session.
I would like to speak from my own experience. After my husband, he crossed over 2 years ago, I have done so many hypnotherapy sessions. Actually, those were guided hypnotherapy sessions that are available for free on YouTube. I, used to just plug in those headphones and used to listen to Brian Weiss's hypnotherapy sessions. And I have... regressed myself and taken myself back to many, many, many past lifetimes where I have seen you either as my friend or my sister, and I've always seen cover as my soulmate, as my partner, or my, lover or husband. So yeah, I mean, it has brought so much healing and so much clarity as to what, happens and why it happens. What's your opinion on that?
I absolutely love how Dolores Cannon explains that this has been such a myth about the fact that it is the way it is presented in the media कि भाई बंदा आ रहा है पेंडुलम लेके तुम्हारे को बेहोश कर दिया and you're like gone for a toss.
I know, like how we used to see in the movies growing up.
Yeah, but actually in reality it's more like a very in control situation. We're in absolute awareness of what's going on and we can vouch for that. Remember that session we had as teenagers?
Yeah, not teenagers, in our early 20s.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's when we figured out, when we woke up, we were like, was it a dream? Because I was completely aware what was going on, and I was also very aware of what I was seeing in my mind. So yeah, this is an absolute myth that you are not in control of yourself, and it's some scary experience that you're going to have.
Yeah.
Could be scary of what you might see would have happened in one of your lives, but the actual experience itself was so empowering, I would say.
And remember, in that session, you and I saw each other in the lifetime that we had gone back to.
Yes, it was so surreal when we woke up from that thing, and few of our friends, they couldn't resonate with it, so it didn't happen for them. But for you and me, that time we were not even talking spiritual stuff. Absolutely. You and me, we were not even connecting to this side of our life.
Yeah.
But when we woke up, I'm like, can I tell you what happened? You're like, shut up. The same thing. I was in the same setting, and I clearly remember both of us running together in that lifetime and that setup together. It was bizarre, and that just confirmed it.
Yeah. And this just confirmed so many things for us, that so many of our beliefs and so many of our fears actually travel through lifetimes. Like how you've always had the phobia of snakes, right? So I mean, not that you've encountered a snake in this lifetime, but you've always had a very weird phobia of snakes. And I have myself had very different fears, which I always question, yaar, ye kahan se aa raha hai? Like, why is it this originating? And so many hypnotherapists, like even Dolores, Brian Weiss, they have repeatedly mentioned that you carry certain belief systems and fears that are actually memories from the past lifetime. So I believe that if you do one of these sessions, you can actually go back and figure out how is it affecting your current life. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I agree. For someone who is in need, I think it could be a great tool.
Yeah.
And if I were to go through the regression therapy again, I would be more bent towards finding out, I'm like the curious cat, ki bhai aisa kya hua tha? Who was I? Who
Yeah.
am I? That would be my question. So I think even the curiosity of it is another factor.
Yeah. And also, how this beautifully ties to the concept of soul tribe and soul family. Like how you always travel with the same set of souls in different lifetimes. But, the roles, they change, but the people, the souls, they stay the same. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think so, because for all of my loved ones and all of my family, the most in place I've ever felt is with my inner circle, with my
Yeah.
family, and with my close friends.
Yeah.
So there definitely has to be a connection. It doesn't feel like this lifetime is the only lifetime we've had together, especially with you and me.
Yeah.
That I'm sure. I think
Yeah.
we probably, I don't know how many times have we reincarnated.
Oh, I am
We've
sure many,
always
many
been
times.
together.
And also all of our friends, all of our close friends, like also, how that random stranger that you meet at the coffee shop and you end up being friends with them, that is no coincidence. There is no coincidence. That is just like a soul contract or a soul tribe or a soul member meeting you at exact point when you need to meet them.
Yeah, and here ऐसा भी तो होता है sometimes, we have relationships or friends in life there for just some period of time.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're not alive anymore. It's just, that relationship sort of fizzles out and you're not in touch anymore.
Yeah.
I think those are also kind of contracts Dolores talks about, that once a person's purpose in your life is over, you probably won't even cross paths again.
Absolutely. That is a very difficult concept to grasp on a human level because you get so attached to someone and you think that how can I not talk to this person or how can I not be in touch with that person? But I believe that once that person's purpose, or you can say the contract with you in this lifetime is finished, that person just fizzles out, as you said.
I think this conversation, you and me, we can go on and on forever because this is one of our favorite topics to talk
Yeah,
about.
and it is so reassuring to know that we're always together in all lifetimes.
Yeah. And on that note, I would like to ask all of you if any of you have ever had this experience where you felt like, I think I've done this before, or maybe this memory is not just this lifetime, I've had this before. Or do you believe in the concept of reincarnation? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
So again, before closing today's episode, we would love to say take what resonates and leave what does not. But we would love to know what's your opinion about reincarnation, soul contracts, and soul tribes. Let us know in the comments below.
And if this conversation resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe because we bring such conversations every Wednesday and a guest conversation every Sunday. Until next time, this is Soothe Sisters signing off.
Goodbye.
Stay soothed.